Hi guys, so Nomad Cosmetics, they are expanding the Nomad Air line. So if you want to see 3 looks using these palettes, then please stick around for today's video. And make sure you are subscribed before leaving, and let's go ahead and get into it. First things first, I want to kind of pop up a picture so you can see everything in this collection. We have got 3 mini palettes, and I think they are just so cute and perfect for travel. Now I want to pop up another picture so you can kind of see everything together, all the swatches, all of that. I know these always help me kind of see what is part of the collection. Now I want to go ahead and show you some close-ups of each individual palette. First, we've got the Oslo palette, which that is actually my favorite out of the 3. This is a beautiful cool tone palette, and I'm here for it. You have a mix of shimmery silver, metallic dust, pink with a cool taupe. And then next we have got the Canadian Rockies palette, and this is a beautiful combination of blues and greens, the rich pine greens with the vibrant glacier lake blue. Next we have got the Abu Dhabi palette, and this is some warm, very warm neutrals. This is probably like my least favorite out of the bunch just because I don't really like these tones on me, but as far as the formulation goes, this is the best out of the 3 in my opinion. But now that you've seen these palettes up close and personal, I want to show you some swatches. That way you can see everything kind of next to each other. I tried to separate the best I could with some gems, and let's go ahead and get into look number 1 using the Oslo palette. So for the next 3 looks, I actually use every single shade in each individual palette. I first start off with the mattes, make sure they layer well, which there were no issues, and then I go into the shimmers and just kind of get to know the shimmer formula. These are not very like intense metallics, they're more subdued, and for me, I typically will go into a single shadow multichrome or loose pigment. That's kind of how I go about these mini palettes, not just these but any mini palette in general. I will use these to get the overall look, and then I'll always top on like a very shifty shade. And the way they sparkle, I'm here for it. Next we're going to be going into the Canadian Rockies palette, which is the greens and the blues. I use every single shade in the palette, and I will say that I noticed that these shimmers are probably the most lackluster out of the 3. They're fine. They're not a satin, but they're not like a true metallic. They're somewhere in between. Very like, I would say like a traditional shimmer, if you will. I actually enjoyed the mattes very much. I think everything looked beautiful, but you know me, I always have to add extra whenever I reach into my minis, go into some toppers, things like that, just to have fun with it. So if you're someone who doesn't reach for little bitty mini palettes often, maybe just try to mix in some of your own multichromes, and I think that it will inspire you to reach for your minis more. I really would not reach for this palette on its own, but I do like mixing it with other products in my collection. Lastly, we're going to go into the Abu Dhabi palette. I don't know why that is so difficult for me to say. This is the Warm Neutrals palette. As soon as I saw this palette, I was like, oh, I'm just not going to love the look, just because I do not like these warm tone neutrals on me because they're too orangey, reddishly. Out of the 3, these shimmers perform the best. These are really metallic. I like this formula better than the other 2, but as far as the color story goes, it's my least favorite, if I'm just being honest. I did kind of more of like a subtle halo look, and obviously added some extra on top. Probably like my least favorite look out of the 3, but honestly, I didn't hate it, and I thought I was going to completely hate the look just because of the colors on my fair skin, but I'm not mad at it. You're gonna have to let me know which look you like the best. Sorry, I'm doing a voiceover. I've tried every which way possible to get this video up for you, so it's coming in a little bit later, but I wanted to make sure to go ahead and post this in case some of you bought the palettes or you're trying to figure out which one you would like to buy. I do hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. Thank you so much for being here. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing well. I hope that you are healthy, happy, and safe. Stay beautiful. Bye, guys.